Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to UWL broadcast by the students for the students. My name is Mike.
And I'm Emily.
And today we're going to be talking about the mistrust in mainstream media and the facts that we find behind these trends.
We'll also preview what real UWL students are planning on doing over the summer. And Josh, our sports reporter, has an exclusive interview with UWL's own Mac Miller and Brennan Schmidt, up-and-coming baseball stars. Now, Mike, tell us about mistrust in mainstream media.
Thank you, Emily. Starting with talking about distrust in the mainstream media, according to The Atlantic in September of 2016, America's trust in media has fallen from 53% in 1997 to as low as 32% in 2016. That's a 21% drop in the trust of media in the span of only 19 years. But according to Mary Bruce, the congressional correspondent for ABC News, who visited UW-La Crosse on April 20th, 2017, she gave a first-hand view of why she thinks mainstream media is being distrusted. She shared that this is more because more and more fake news are being shown to the public, and people are wanting to believe what aligns with their viewpoints. And this could be for many different reasons, such as personal beliefs, outside influences, and other determining factors. As a society, in order to differentiate from fake news from real news, we need to be further looking into the website's credibility, sometimes the platform that we're finding this news from, like Twitter, Instagram, or the daily news in the morning, and being objective to the news that we do find. This will essentially help us be able to find truthful, factual information that will help further our understanding. So after looking at this news sources need to make sure that they're doing their jobs correctly, fact-checking their information, and telling all sides of the story, and making sure that they're speaking to entire audiences. With that being said, just keep looking at multiple different sources, checking your source's credibility, and eventually hopefully we'll see an increase in the trust of mainstream media.
Thank you, Mike, for that riveting information about mistrust in mainstream media. Luckily, we aren't mainstream media. So, Mike, what are you planning on doing over the summer?
Not really sure. I think I'm just going to be working and hanging out with friends, really.
It's already a week away from summer. So our team last week conducted a survey of 65 UWL students. Out of these students, 34 were freshmen, 13 were sophomores, 3 were juniors, 7 were seniors, and 8 were super seniors. Thank you, freshmen, for participating despite this being a survey-heavy time. The final results are shown on this graph. 97% of UWL students are intending on working at a job or an internship over the course of this summer. Way to work hard to make money and hopefully pay off your student debts. Another 8% will be working hard in summer courses or graduate school over this summer. I hope they keep their motivation up. 68% of students reported sleeping, while the other 32% didn't. I really hope those 32% are not sleep deprived come fall classes. I definitely would be. Apparently our students are also going to be missing Whitney's wonderful food, as only 55% reported planning on eating over the course of the summer. It's also a great way to lose weight, I hear. 48% of students are intending on binge watching for Netflix, and they're definitely living the dream. I wish I could be part of that group. 31% of students are living up to UWL's reputation of being a party school, with plans to party and socialize. Another 5% are doing other things, such as going on vacation. It seems like our students really have a busy summer planned.
Thank you to all of our viewers for taking our online survey. Before we head over to Josh, our sports reporter, who's going to bring us an exclusive interview with Mac Miller and Brennan Schmidt, who are two of UWL's up-and-rising baseball stars, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
was sick of standing in line, so made the Mondo's delivery app. Next time you don't want to stand in line, just use the Mondo's delivery app too, and wait for your food to be delivered to you anywhere on campus. Standing in line at Mondo's can take forever, so next time, just use the Mondo's delivery app. Download the app, place your order, and wait for your food to be delivered anywhere on campus.
The average age of children being human trafficked is 13 years old.
26% of humans that are trafficked are children.
79% of human trafficking that happens in Wisconsin occurs in Milwaukee.
Over 14,000 new victims of human trafficking are brought to the United States every year.
Human trafficking has been reported in all of the 50 states. Human trafficking is the recruitment and transportation of humans by force for the purpose of exploitation. Adolescent involvement in the sex industry has been shown to have social consequences as well as health consequences such as HIV and other sexually transmitted disorders. Our organization is named Wisconsin Violence Prevention, the prevention of human trafficking in the state of Wisconsin. We seek to increase awareness and education as well as advocate for survivors. Please donate to our cause in order to stop human trafficking in Wisconsin.
Back to UWL broadcasts. Our sports reporter Josh has a special treat for us tonight. He has an exclusive interview with UWL's up-and-coming baseball stars, Mac Miller and Brennan Schmidt. Over to you, Josh.
Thank you, Emily, for that interesting story about college students and what they do over the summer. Now we're going to move on to the entertainment section of our news report tonight, and today we have Brennan Schmidt and Mac Miller, two baseball players from the UWL baseball team. So today I'd like to ask you guys a few questions. One of the first questions I want to ask you is, how has your season success matched your expectations that you had coming into UWL this season?
Our success has been kind of inconsistent. I guess we'd have liked to start out the season a little better, but we've been really picking it up in the end here. We got the conference championship coming up and just hoping to pick up as many wins as we can with our last few games to be best off for regionals. So,
looking back, what was the most memorable win you guys had this year?
I don't know, some of the wins that stand out to me are when we were down in Florida over spring break. We played some really good ball teams down there, and we were able to win a handful of games, and just those tough games that they were close towards the end, and we really had to play our best all the way through. Those wins stand out to me.
Since this is both your first year in college, and either of you can answer this, explain how tough the jump was from high school baseball to collegiate baseball.
Yeah, as me being a hitter, he's a pitcher, so he could have a different perspective on this, but as a hitter, it's been quite a big jump, just as far as seeing better pitchers every time you step into the box, throwing a little bit harder and having some better off-speed pitches and curveball, slider, that sort of thing. That's been one of the biggest, or one of the toughest parts, just getting used to the better pitching that you see every day.
Yeah, same with pitching too. You got a lot better hitting. They're seeing the breaking balls a lot better. They're laying down clutch bunts and really good small game. Just kind of hard to blow past them anymore, you know.
The last question I want to ask both of you guys today is, with the conference tournament coming up here and the season coming to an end, what is the atmosphere like in the locker room with you and your teammates?
The locker room atmosphere, it's a fun, relaxed group of guys, and we just try to be ourselves. And in the locker room, everyone's cracking jokes and everyone's laughing, making noise and everything. It's a lot of fun. So going into our last week here of conference games and like the conference tournament coming up in 2 weeks, we're just being relaxed, being who we are, and having fun doing it.
Sounds like you guys got what you need going into the remainder of the season. So it was good talking to you guys today. Brennan Schmidt and Mac Miller here again. This concludes our section for our sports tonight, and I'll pass it back over to Mike and Emily back in the studio.
Josh, these students sure have a lot going on.
They sure do. Well, it looks like we're out of time today. We've looked at the mistrust in mainstream media, what college kids do over the summer, and Josh brought us our leading sports news with UWL's baseball team.
Remember, this is our last broadcast for the year, so don't forget to join us next semester for a recap over what went on during the summer and a look into the current events coming up.
Good luck on them finals, everyone. Have a great night.